Hi, everybody, and welcome to our team call. Today is January 13th, and Emma and I are really excited to chat with you guys about how to invite people to the business. So, we've heard from a lot of you guys, and we know that this is something that a lot of, not just new coaches, but just everyone in general sometimes has an issue with or struggles with more so in the business. So we're really hoping to not just show you what, the things to say to get people invited, but how to become more comfortable in doing so. So the first thing we really wanted to talk about is your mindset. And so before we even go into inviting, I am a very firm believer in personal development and how much of a difference it can really make, not just in your business, but in your life. And Emma and I both, we talked this morning about this call, and we really believe that what's helped us become more comfortable with inviting to the business, it has been doing personal development. Because I hear from so many of you guys that the thing that's holding you back from inviting is fear. And fear of, I don't know, what people think of you, fear of what they're going to say, of, I don't know what it is. It's just fear is holding you back. And so we kind of want to address that issue first and foremost, because fear is something that all of us can get over. You know what I mean? That's something that you create in your head, and it's what's really going to hold you back in this business. I have a quote that I found. It says, "Too many of us are not living our dreams because we're living our fears." And I really like that because it's so true. In so many aspects of your life, especially with this business, fear is what keeps you from moving forward. So, how do we get over that? You know what I mean? How do we get over that fear or that just nervousness when it comes to inviting people to this business? Doing personal development. I mean, that's where it starts, you guys. And I know we've been talking about this all the time, especially this year, but it's because it's made a huge difference on both Emma and I and our businesses. If you're doing personal development, it helps build confidence. It helps you learn how to get over that fear that's holding you back, not just with inviting people to the business, but just in general in life. And if you change your mindset, then it's really going to help you just get over that kind of obstacle that's kind of in front of you. So, Emma, what do you want to add to that?
Yeah, and I think going off of what Alexa said about the confidence part, for those of you who don't listen to Chalene Johnson's podcast, I talk about this all the time, I think. But I was listening to her podcast in the car the other day because that's just what I do. I love listening to her. I feel like I'm there with her, laughing with her. And she talks a lot about her Creative Confidence Club and how confidence is key to success because people can tell when you're confident about something. So, like we've talked about with being confident about Shakeology and knowing the fitness programs, and that just comes with practice and learning, and it's the same thing with personal development. And I can tell you, Alexa and I were not perfect at personal development. In fact, we really just got good at being consistent with personal development this year. And we can say from the past, 3 weeks, that we've already seen a huge change. And yes, we did personal development here or there last year. It's not like we never did anything, because I think, the National Wake Up Calls personal development, any team call, any YouTube video you're watching, it doesn't have to be just reading. You can listen to so many things because for me, I'm busy. I'm a mom and I have a kid and I have so many, when I'm doing laundry, I have personal development on. When I'm cleaning the house, I have personal development on. So a lot of it is listening, but I do also have books that I'm reading as well. I think just finding time when you can, and, I know music's probably soothing for some of you guys, and it is for me too, but honestly, I've somewhat, replaced that with just personal development because it's helping me more than listening to a song. So, it's just little things like that where you can really change your business and grow and just take off with it.
Yeah, definitely. And so I totally agree with you. And honestly, I know we talk about this a lot. We've been like talking, like saying personal development like over and over. But honestly, you guys, um, I would not be nearly as confident in what I'm doing as a coach. I wouldn't be able to approach people about coaching if it wasn't for personal development, helping me get over that fear that is just holding me back. So, I mean, it's really just a mindset change. You just kind of have to tell yourself, okay, um, what's the worst that's going to happen? People tell you no. People say, oh, I don't want to be a coach. Okay, that's great. You know what I mean? So just fear is what's going to seriously hold you back from reaching all of your dreams. So, if you can just get over that, and the more you do it, the more comfortable it becomes. Now I love telling people about what I do as a coach and love inviting people to the business because I've gotten more comfortable and I get excited about it. You know what I mean? So my mindset has just completely changed. I went from like having sweaty palms and like not, was afraid to press enter on my keyboard to where I am now, which is like, I try and find as many opportunities as possible to invite people to the business. So really focusing on personal development, making that part of your business is what's really going to help you with that. So, another thing to think about is
Wait, can I say something really quick?
Yeah, for sure.
I hope all of you guys are taking notes because we're about to say some really important things. So if you don't have a pen and a paper, get a pen and a paper. Schling Johnson says smart people take notes. So
yes, for sure.
Just saying.
And also, you guys should also be able to ask us questions throughout, and we can see them on the side. So if you have any questions at any point, just type them in, and we'll be able to answer them too. So forgot to say that at the beginning.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
okay.
Go for it.
So the other thing that I was going to say is that goes along with kind of like changing your mindset and like reframing, inviting people to the business is think of it as just another solution like Shakeology or the fitness programs would be to someone when you're talking about them and building out a relationship. So, we always talk about this. First and foremost, we're in the business of relationship building. So if you're talking to someone and maybe, you're asking them, okay, so how's work going? How are the kids? And they say, oh, the kids are great, blah, 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 but I just am hating my job. I'm working like crazy hours. I hate it. It's just not fun anymore for me, whatever. Or maybe someone's, you're asking them about fitness, nutrition, support, the main things you ask about when getting people signed up for a challenge group. And they say, I have zero support at home. There's no one that's around me that is, going on this journey with me, so it's really making it difficult. Those, for me, are two big red flags that coaching could be a great opportunity for them. So if someone says like, oh, they're, when you're asking people about how their life is going, how work is going, whatever, and they're showing that, maybe they don't like their job or maybe they don't have enough money or that they've been struggling financially, or they don't have any support at home, don't think just about like, what the challenge packs can offer in challenge groups, but remember to think about coaching and don't be afraid to bring that up right away because, for some people, getting signed up with a challenge group and as a coach could be seriously changing their lives. If they have zero support at home, think about the support that our team and everything that we do, how great that has been on your own journey. I know it has been a huge factor for me. So, don't be afraid. Yes, of course, your challenge groups and looking at your challengers is an excellent, place to start. But don't be afraid to bring it up to people before then. If you can see that red flag and someone might benefit from coaching and what we have to offer, the support, all of that stuff, bring that up to someone. You know what I mean? Because you just remember that for you to hold back this opportunity and not share it with people is doing a disservice to other people. It's you being selfish with this opportunity, and that's not what we want. Emma and I went to dinner with Jimmy Nelson on Friday, and he was talking about this and how, it's okay to lead with the business. It's okay if you're talking to people, and you think, hey, they might be a really great coach, like right off the bat. It's okay to bring that up to them. So maybe just start like broadening your lens, you know what I mean? Just like think about, keeping your eyes out for those clues or those warnings that maybe coaching could be good for this person. And one thing that, Lauren told me when I was told her I was really nervous when I first got started about talking about coaching was she told me, okay, well, how would you feel if I had never asked you if you want to become a coach? And I remember sitting there thinking I would be really pissed off, and I would be upset, and I would be so, I don't even know what would happen or where I would be in my life if I was still working my corporate job, hating my life every single day, as you guys all know. I would be so unhappy if she never brought up coaching to me or never told me about this opportunity. And honestly, I don't know if I ever would have like figured it out on my own, or asked her to become a coach. I'm just as nervous about it as she was. So, think about that. Think about how much you love coaching and how much being a coach has really changed your life and how positive of an experience this has been. And think about how you could be, changing someone else's life just like your coach has. You know what I mean? Because once I started thinking about it that way, how much I love being a coach and how much I love our team, I love the fact that I'm going to Cancun in April and I'm going to Jamaica and the Bahamas on my freaking birthday next year. Like, that is awesome. And for me to not be able to like let other people in on what we're doing is being selfish of me. So, Emma, do you have anything else to say about that?
No, I mean, I think, also little pointers from like moms' perspectives, when you're talking to moms about their job or, what they do during the day, those little things. I wish I could stay home with my kids, or, I wish I had time to do more things, more time freedom. I wish I had a little, money's tight right now, like for diapers, right there, they could earn a little extra money for diapers. I know those were the little things when I was starting. I just, like we've talked about, just because I needed that. I could afford psychology, and, I really just wanted to pay it forward. And, for me, if I would have never had this coaching opportunity, I wouldn't have been able, or, now to give the life to my family that I've been able to within this last, 17 months. And, it takes time. But now it's like exciting when I ask people about this business because I know the potential it has, and I've seen it firsthand, what is possible with this business. And it's just so fun, being a part of a family and having that atmosphere. And it's not just, the business side. Like, we have fun. We have events. We have so many other things that it's just exciting to talk about. I love talking about my team. I love talking about you guys, and inviting people to be a part of it with us, because I just think the more the merrier, and the more we can end this trend of obesity and debt and financial freedom and student loans being paid off. That's just amazing. There's so many more things than just a physical transformation that comes along with Beachbody. So, and I've only been able to overcome that with personal development, because I was terrified too. It is scary at first because you don't know what people are going to say. But a lot of the times, and Alexa and I were talking about this earlier, is a lot of the times the people I've been asking have thought about it. And I would have never expected it, and it's so awesome, because what if I would have never asked you guys? What if we would have never asked you guys to be coaches on our team with us, So, just think about that. Think about what Alexa said. What if, you never had this opportunity brought to you? Yeah, I think that's basically.
Yeah, that's great. And yeah, just like to build off of like what you just said, you have to remember that if you don't give people the opportunity to say yes to this, to being a coach, they're never going to be able to do it. You know what I mean? So you can't assume that people don't want to hear what you have to say, or don't want to be in, be on your team or whatever. You can't make assumptions, because just like Emma said, and this is the same for me too, there have been times where I've reached out to people and I've, in my head, thought, okay, she's probably not going to want to be a coach, but I'm just going to invite her. She's been doing great in our group, like whatever, or I think she would be great, but I don't know. And I've reached out, and they say, oh yeah, I've been seeing all of your posts. I've really actually been thinking about it, but I just didn't know if I was able to, or if I was allowed, or I didn't know how, or I thought that I had to be at my goal weight to get there. You know, like people just don't know, you know, they don't know how to get started. They don't know that they can get going. They don't know how it works. So that's why it's so important for you to make the first step and for you to take that leap and go over that fear and invite people. Even if you aren't sure, just go for it, because what's the worst that's going to happen? They're going to say, no, I don't think that's for me, or no, I'm not ready. Okay, that's awesome. You know what I mean? No is a no. We get those all the time, you know? So just, you got to move over that and just keep going with it. So kind of going along with that, you know, the types of things that you can say once you've kind of identified people that would be great as coaches. So we already talked about, okay, maybe they give you those clues, like, you know, they need money for diapers, or they have no support, whatever. Or maybe they're in your challenge group, and they're those people that are posting consistently in your challenge group. They are, you know, commenting on everything. They're super active. If you run the challenge groups where you keep the point system, usually the people who have the most points at the end of the challenge group almost always end up being coaches on my team. So, you know, keep an eye on the people in your challenge group, and you know how do you then approach them or talk to them about becoming a coach? So, you know, you really should start obviously with like building a relationship and, you know, telling them, you know, the things that you see in them. You know, if you're talking to a challenger that you think would be great for coaching, like, you've been such a supportive person, you've been so active, or your transformation is amazing, you're going to inspire so many people, you know, that kind of thing. Tell them why it is you were thinking about them as being a coach. And then, you know, the easiest way to bring it up is to say, have you ever considered coaching? Boom, right there. It's literally the easiest question to ask. Not, do you want to be a coach on my team? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, have you ever considered coaching? Because then, what are they going to say? They're going to say, well, you know, yeah, I was thinking about it, but I didn't know, like, how to get started, or I didn't, or maybe they say, no, I don't even know what it is, or no, and maybe they have an objection of some sort. So that way, you know, they can answer you, and you can figure out where to go. So if they have an objection, I'm going to tell you this, like, 9 out of 10 times that I approach people about coaching, their number one objection is, well, I just don't think I could be a coach because I'm not at my fitness level. So how can I inspire people to get healthy if I'm not even there yet? I get that every single freaking day. I actually did a YouTube video about this because I get it so damn much. And, you know, what I always tell people is that's okay. If you're at the start of your fitness journey, awesome. That's perfect. This is a great time for you to become a coach. And they're going to be like, wait, what? What is that all about? And you can let them know how the support and accountability of the team and, you know, all of that has just really helped you stay on track with your own goals. And so if you're just getting started on your journey, this is just going to be that ultimate accountability to really, you know, get to where you want to be and stick with it. And I always tell people my own story. You guys can share my story too. I started as a coach before I even did T25. And I was able to lose 75 pounds my first year as a coach. So for people to say I have to be at my goal in order to be successful as a coach, it's not true. I had lost 0 pounds before I'd become a coach. I just wanted my Shakeology cheaper. So I honestly think that being a coach is a huge reason why I was able to be so successful last year, because, you know, the support of our team, and I wanted to be a good example for my challengers, you know what I mean? So it's okay that I started off as 233 pounds. That's fine. I was still able to inspire people because I was taking them through this journey with me. And that's what I let, you know, my new potential coaches, you know that you can still inspire people by taking them through this journey. Even though you haven't reached your destination, take people with you. And I feel like that's more effective anyways. You know what I mean? Like, I was able to just, you know, my business grew like crazy last year. And, you know, a year ago, I was not down 75 pounds. So just know that that's a common thing, and just reassure people that it's okay if they're not at their goal, and that coaching can help them get to their goal. Like, more than anything, I feel like it's going to help you get there. So, Emma, do you have anything to add to that?
I was like kind of lagging. Yeah, I mean, just to go off of that, I wasn't. I remember my coach asked me one time, and I said no about coaching. And then it wasn't until after the challenge group I finished, I started. And I had only lost 10 pounds then. So, I lost another 20, 25 on my journey. So, really, I posted my transformation when I was just getting started, and I wasn't even a coach. So that was like terrifying, but I was like so like, holy crap, like my body totally changed. And that's another thing, when people see that you're that excited and you feel great and it's just an all around change, they've most likely seen something that you've posted. So regardless if they're liking it or whatever, talking to people, I have a lot of people that say, well, I don't really have that big of a transformation. Like, that's okay. You don't need that big of a transformation either, because I can tell you there's people that are thin that don't eat healthy and wish they ate healthier that I've talked to, or they want to build muscle because they can't gain weight, or, they have different goals. So everyone's unique. Everyone's on their journey, and they can just bring, like Alexa said, bring people along with them along their journey. And, maybe if someone's trying to gain weight, someone is going to look at them and be like, wow, you're really inspiring that you're taking action of your, your health and fitness. I can totally relate with you. Or, someone that's a mom working out. Just relate to people and find who you want to work with, because this is your business. You get to choose who you want to work with. And if you in your gut know someone would make a great leader and coach on your team, just ask. If they say no, put them on your follow-up list and check up later, because when you ask them, they're automatically going to be thinking about it. They're going to be like, I wonder why she asked me. And give them reasons. Don't just be like, hey, have you ever considered being a coach? Say that. And if they say, yeah, I kind of have, but I don't really know, say, I really think you would be great on my team because you already do this, this, and this. You're already posting pictures of your healthy meals. You're already inspiring people by your posts. Give them reasons, too, of why they would be a good coach and leader on the team. Because then that gives them ideas of, okay, she actually believes in me, and she's telling me that, I could be inspiring. Like, that's what I needed to hear. I needed someone to believe in me. I wasn't at a state in my mind where I believed in myself. Right? So a lot of people are at that same point too when they're starting usually. That's why personal development, again, so key, because you get over so many things from your past, and that'll help you and prepare you for the present. So that's all I had for that.
So do any of you guys have any questions? I think I had another point, but I kind of got...
Yeah, I was trying to think of what else we had.
I think we covered most of it. But please, if you have any questions or like anything for us, please post it. But really, I mean, I think like the main point that we really, I think you guys know, like, how to approach people about coaching, and or maybe you don't, and this has helped, been a really good refresher for you. But how to approach people and the type of people to watch for. But what we really, really want to talk about, and what I think is the biggest thing that's holding everybody back is your mindset and that fear. And I just really want to reiterate how important it is to just constantly be working on personal development and helping yourself become more confident, because the more confident you become, the easier it is to do this process. The more people that you invite, the more coaches you have on your team. And the more coaches on your team, the more your business will build. So start there. Start with your mindset. Reframe the way you're looking at the coaching opportunity. Think of it as this like amazing gift you could be giving people. Think about, how you could be seriously impacting somebody's life in such a positive way. You never know if the next person that you add onto your team is going to be the next top 10 coach. You know what I mean? And so it's like, what if I just never said something to that person? You know what I mean? Just think of it that way. Think of it as like just this amazing positive experience it's been for you, because it has been for most of us. If you're on this team call, I'm pretty sure you like being a coach and you want to grow your business. So it's all about mindset and reframing, and that starts with personal development. So if you struggle with that, just go back to square one. That's what it's about. And another thing I just remembered, Emma, is make sure you're tracking what you're doing as far as your activity every week. Emma and I, we talked about this. We're an elite push group, so we pretty much have to track everything that we do as far as our business goes. And we're inviting 10 people a week to become coaches. And I honestly, before I was tracking my business activity, I was like, okay, well, I'm hitting Success Club every week. I'm doing good. My business is growing. I'm getting coaches. That's awesome. I don't really need to track. That was honestly my thinking last year. I will be completely honest with you guys. I didn't track. But in the last 3 weeks that we've had to be tracking everything, I 100% know that I have slacked in a lot of different areas, and inviting people to the business is one of them. Now that I have to hit this goal of inviting 10 people a week, I know that I have not consistently been inviting 10 people a week to the business. So now that I have that accountability and that goal for me to shoot every week, not only have I been getting more coaches on my team. I have 5 new coaches this month, which is crazy. I don't think I've ever signed that many coaches in a couple weeks into the month, but I'm getting so much more comfortable with inviting because I've been doing it so much. It's so easy for me to invite and reach out and to see those like those white flags that we were talking about. I was just emailing a girl right before this, and she told me, she's like, I have no support at home. I have nobody there. Like, my parents aren't there for me to support me. They just eat bad food. And, normally I would say, like, okay, yeah, she could, benefit from a challenge group. But then I was like, you know what? No, like, I was in that same boat, and, being a coach and having a new family there to support her might be just what this girl needs. So I reached out to her. I honestly don't think I would have done that had it not been for the fact that I need to get 10 invites to the business in this week, but also because I've just gotten more comfortable with inviting. It all comes with practice, and on top of that, doing personal development has helped me feel more comfortable. So, make sure you're tracking what you're doing. Give yourself a goal for how many people, and start inviting. If you don't know where to start inviting 3 people a week to the business. Start there. If you want to grow your business faster, up that to 5 or whatever you want your goal to be. But, start tracking what you're doing, and it's really going to help you just be more accountable, get more comfortable with this whole process. Do you have anything? I mean, I think I pretty much covered it. I just remember the tracker we really want to talk about. So what are some good personal development books to read? Good personal development books to read.
What?
So there's a lot of really great ones. It all kind of depends on what you are wanting to achieve. Emma and I are both reading Push by Chalene Johnson right now. If you you probably have seen us post about this, but it has been helping me like crazy in goal setting for the year and getting in the right frame of mind and just getting amped up and dreaming big and shooting for my goals. So I really recommend Push by Chalene Johnson if you don't have that one already. What else? What other recommendations do you have, Emma?
Oh, what? That was weird. Sorry. Yeah, Push also. What?
Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
Okay. Push also. Go for No is another really good book. If you haven't read it, that really changed my life about going for no. And I think that's another really good book for your business.
Looks like this.
Do you have it?
Yep, looks like this.
Yeah, it's literally like 60 pages. It's like the fastest read I've ever read, I think.
Yeah, it's really short, but it's it's awesome. So if you struggle with like objections, that's another thing. Like if you have fear of like hearing no, you need to read this book, whether it's with business, whether it's with talking with people about challenge groups, whatever, you need to read Go for No. That's going to help you a lot. Sorry, I mean jump in.
Mhm.
GoPro's another good one too. I have this one sitting right
Oh no,
here.
you're fine.
This one you can listen to
Yeah,
on
that's really
audio.
all I mean, I covered a lot of it.
Okay, good.
But we're also, oh wait, one other thing. Oh yeah, GoPro too, that's another good one. I was gonna say we're also tracking our new invites. So Alexa and I also have to be making 40 new invites a week, like new conversations a week. In your phone.
You put it in?
No, it's in your old phone.
No, they sent a new SIM card.
Okay, I'll jump in. Yeah, so we're doing 40 new conversations a week, and that has really been helpful for me. And that doesn't mean like inviting people to challenge groups necessarily, but that's just starting new conversations. Like, hey, how are you doing? Haven't talked in a while, or I love your picture of you and the kids, or whatever. Like we said, just starting new conversations. It's really made a huge difference for me. Because you remember, like, if you're being consistent about posting about what you do as a coach and posting about your challenge groups and everything like that, or how you're living this healthy lifestyle, people see what we're doing. People know whether they're liking or commenting on your pictures, or sending you messages to join your group. Whatever, people are watching and they see you. So if you're starting a new conversation and you don't even need to like go straight into inviting them to anything, just start a new conversation, build a relationship, start talking to more people. 9 times out of 10 for me, it comes full circle and they say, well, I've been seeing you post about these groups, or I've seen you lost some weight. That's awesome. Like, what have you been up to? They'll bring it up to you, and it just takes the pressure off of you. So, starting new conversations is just like going to be so helpful for you. So, I know that it's scary to get going with this and with this business, but it all just takes practice and takes time. So just remember that. Okay, so is there any advice for people who aren't super organized and tend to not track consistently? How do you get into a habit? Just like everything, that is just going to take getting yourself into a habit. Some people work really well tracking on paper. Maybe you like to have like a little notepad or something, and you can like make a little box and make a check mark or keep tallies of every time you start a new conversation or invite someone or whatever. Or maybe you're more electronic. Maybe keeping it on a spreadsheet on Google Drive is easier for you. That's how it is for me because I talk to most people through Facebook and through email. So for me, I just have a Google Doc spreadsheet open right next to my email or my Facebook. So as soon as I start a new conversation, I put it on my tracker. Boom, it's right there. Click, click. And yeah, it's definitely going to take some getting used to and getting yourself consistent with it. But trust me, it's so to be tracking what you're doing and to get organized, get the people that you're talking to onto a contact list. It is going to help your business grow. It's going to help you be less stressed out. It's going to help you be more productive in a shorter period of time. You won't be dinking around, trying to figure out who to talk to or who it was you had that conversation with that you need to follow up with. You have a list. You need to get 3 more follow-ups in today. Okay, who did I need to follow up with? Okay, boom, boom, boom. Let me get it done. So I know it's going to be hard, and I'm not super organized either, you guys. It is still been a process for me to figure out how to get organized in the best system for me. I will say, when it comes to like inviting and tracking, doing it on a Google Drive spreadsheet, like I said, is easiest for me because I can just pull it up and it's sitting next to my Facebook. But as far as like my schedule goes, I got a new planner, so I have like an actual physical planner that I use. And we're gonna go like more into like, I think we're gonna do a team call about organization and stuff later, but it's really kind of just trial and error. See what works for you because it's different for every person, When you're starting new conversations, do you always start them in a message? Yeah. How else would you? Maybe I'm confused. Emma, do you understand what that might mean? I don't know how else you would reach out to someone. I think you're muted. Hold on.
How do I view the chat? Sorry, I don't see the question.
Oh no, you're on the left side of the Q&A button. Push that, and you should be able to see them.
Oh.
Can you see him? There's a Q&A button on that. You should.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah,
I
someone
know
said.
it's loading. I don't know why my computer's taking.
Oh, no, you're fine. It says when you're starting new conversations, you always start them in a message. Yeah. Yes. I usually send people a Facebook message or.
You keep cutting out. I don't.
Oh, I am. Oh. Hold on. Let me move. Hold on.
Oh, I see him now. When you're starting new conversations, you always start them in a message. In a private message, yes. Well, it depends. I mean, it depends on if you're on Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah.
When I'm on Instagram, I comment on their stuff because I don't really private message them. Yeah, but if definitely private messages. I mean, if someone accepts my friend request, I don't normally add them or I don't normally message them right away. I'll usually go to their page and like a few pictures. But yeah, definitely private message them if you're going to start. If you want to like start a new conversation with them and genuinely get to know them. Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider a comment a starting conversation. Am I still cutting out? Let me know if I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions? Did you already answer the advice to people who aren't super organized?
I did, but if you have anything to answer, let me know.
Will you guys, if you haven't, if you guys didn't listen to Melanie Mitro, the National Wake Up Call, definitely listen to that. But one thing that you really need to stop doing is scrolling through Facebook. If that's one thing that I can tell you as a time sucker, would be that. And, that's what's making you not on track. And I was telling Alexa when I was locked out of Facebook, I was catching myself just clicking on the Facebook app. And I was like, what? Why? Like, I was just so used to that. So I told her I switched my position of my Facebook app. So I'm really trying to stay consistent with, what I have for my plan for that day and not going on Facebook and seeing what everyone and their mom is doing all day.
Yeah.
But of course, blocking off time for that, so you're still doing it. But
yeah, for sure. Do you guys have any other questions for us? Oh, I have a quick question. People keep messaging me asking about specific programs, 21 Day Fix, for example, and they start off the conversation asking what is it and what is the price. How should I go about building a relationship or talking about challenge groups? Great question. This is something that I get every single day. When people come to me asking about a specific program, I let them know, like, hey, thank you so much for messaging me. I would love to help you out and tell you more about it. It's been a great, if you've done it before, you can say, it's been a great program for me and my challengers in helping us get on track with our nutrition and goals. To figure out if this program is really the best fit for you, though, I just want to ask you a couple of questions, and then we can go from there. Sound good? Because you don't know if the 21 Day Fix is really going to be the best for them. I mean, 9 times out of 10 it is because it's an awesome program, but I still think it's very important to go through those questions because you need to add value to them before you go into asking about price. Even if they say, oh, what's 21 Day Fix? How much is it? I say, let's figure out if this is the best program for you, and then we can go from there. So then from there, I will ask them questions. How are they doing with their eating? How is their nutrition? How's support? And then I can ask, see how their support system is at home. What's your biggest struggle when it comes to losing weight? Why do you want to lose weight and get healthy? Ask them all of those digging questions and get deep with them. And I think that works, really well for me. And then I'll say, if 21 Day Fix is the best fit, I'll be like, awesome. I really think that, 21 Day Fix would be good, would be great for you. I have a video actually that just shows how it works a little bit better so you can get some, better idea of the program. Do you have some time to watch it? And I'll send them the video for it. So whenever people just come to me asking for price, asking about a specific program, I always just say, okay, let's pump the brakes a little bit because we don't even know if this is what's best for you and your goals. Because you really want to get to know them and figure out what it is they're struggling with before you go into recommending a program for them. 21 Day Fix, though amazing as it is, it's not necessarily going to be the best fit for everybody. So, ask those questions beforehand. Just like slow it down. Just let them know it's in their best interest for you to ask them some questions before you decide if that's what they want. Hopefully that helps. How do we get on the national wake-up call? What time and what day? It's on Mondays at 8 a.m. Pacific time, which is 11 a.m. Eastern time. The call-in number, if you look, I don't know what it is off the top of my head. Emma and I usually always post it in our team page on Sunday nights. And it's also in your back office. If you go in your back office and go on the right side where it says breaking news, it always has next week's national wake-up call speaker, and then you can click on it, and it has the number too. I don't remember off the top of my head what it is, though. So,
I really suggest saving it in your phone. Yeah. I have it in my favorites. Mm-hmm. Put it in your phone so you don't have to always find the number. Yep. It's the same number every week.
Yep, exactly. How do I figure out more about each program? Is the info on Beachbody, for example? I don't know much about PiYo or TurboFire. Yeah, so if you go into your back office and go to, what is it, My Business, no, it's Sales and Marketing, I think, and go to Product Toolkits, you can always look up and see, they give you descriptions of the programs. They also say, like, who would be perfect for this program? Somebody that likes dancing, someone who wants, they give you, like, an example of, like, who would like each program. There's also a really good summit training from Jimmy Nelson and Mindy Lawhorn in the back office. And they talk about how to connect people with the right program. You don't have to be an expert on every single program that Beachbody offers. I'm not. But it's important to know a few and get comfortable with those so that you can make good recommendations for people. But I would really recommend, if you're a newer coach or you just feel like, I've only done 21 Day Fix and I've done it 12 times and I have no idea about any of the other programs, watch that call because they'll really show you and walk you through how to figure out what the best program for people is.
And it takes time. You learn over time talking to people, asking their goals, figuring out which workouts work best. If you've asked in the team page, other people's opinions. There was another question.
Oh, yeah,
I thought.
From Sarah. This may be just an Instagram question, but where did it go? Oh, here. How's the best way to transition a prospect that you're talking to through comments a lot into a Facebook/friend to build more of a relationship? If I'm commenting back and forth with someone, I'll say, like, at some point in the conversation, I'll be like, hey, why don't you, shoot me an email, or why don't you add me on Facebook because it's a little bit easier to chat there than on Instagram comments, LOL, kind of just jokingly. Or, you can always be like, what's your email? Like, I'd love to send you more info on that, or, like, we can chat, like, more about whatever it is, you know what I mean? So I think it's important to definitely have that conversation, like, go back and forth, always ask questions. But if you're feeling like, okay, we could definitely talk, like, offline, just be like, what's your email? It's easier to talk on email than it is or it's easier to, like, Facebook message than through Instagram comments, something like that. That's what I'll usually say. Emma, I don't know what
That's what I say.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's exactly what I say and do.
Okay, good. Yeah. I just say, like, it's easier to do it because it's, than chatting.
And they're really always, like, up for it. And if they don't have Facebook, they're like, oh, no, I don't have Facebook, but here's my email. Like, usually they're fine about it, because they have more questions or they're talking to you for a reason,
Yep, so. Exactly. Is there any more questions? These are all really good. I'm making sure there wasn't anything we missed.
Nope.
No. Any last minute questions? Hopefully that helps you guys get more comfortable with inviting people to the business, though. I know that's something that a lot of us struggle with. Emma and I both did too. We talked about this, but personal development, I'm going to like mention it every day for the rest of my life because it is life changing, it's business changing, it's everything. It will make everything easier, better, more. Your goals will be able to be reached if you're doing personal development. Trust me on this. I think that's where it really starts. So, I guess if you guys don't have any other questions, then we will go ahead and end the call. But thank you so much for getting on tonight. And thank you, if you're watching the recording, thank you for watching the recording. I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope you have a great week, and we will talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye, guys.